starts raining and this area is going to start looking a little different than how we've been used to seeing it. And honestly, I am a fan, but we have some things to look forward to out here. Oh, that was weird. Well, we have a memory here, so let's go and lift the lamp. There we go. And if my sources are correct, yes, we can totally step on it. Yeah. Okay, this is good. Well, we're gonna go and take the lantern over here and put it in place, because in doing so, it will allow this gemstone to be all nice and shiny. So we're gonna play another game of the classic follow the sparkling brick road. And you are kind of timed on this, so it is generous because you have to hit like 8 of these, but just do not dawdle, otherwise you will have to start over and try not to get lost. Speaking of trying not to get lost, I would sleep here. That's all I will say on that matter. Especially during the rain, you'll find me cuddled up here, probably with my Game Boy Color, who knows. But with that, we can go ahead and cleanse the area by destroying this dead zone. Let's do it.
I found Taro's lantern. He must have lost it searching for the children.
Bring the relics to the fallen tree. It's time to help Taro find peace.
Absolutely. And before we do that, there is one last order of business I would like to attend to, and that comes in the form of the final chest of this area. That is, if I did everything correctly. But for our efforts, we get a pinecone hat. So yeah, that was everything for not only the Forgotten Forest, but also Rusu Mountain. And life is going to be great because we're going to return to Taro's tree and finish that off as well. But while we're here, we have more than enough points for our next upgrade. And seeing as how we have a boss coming up, I feel like purchasing this would be a little short-sighted because it's only the one rot action. So I think it'll be a little more useful at the moment to have the increased quiver capacity. So we will take that, and finally I can start playing this game. Okay, well, this next area should look a little familiar because it was once sealed off by corruption, but this is where we had quite the battle via way of Cursed Chest, so it's nice to know that that is still there. But luckily, the game was nice enough to put a fast travel point right next to where we need to be. So let's see if we can find one that is nearby so I can make my way to it. Not look like a dummy getting lost. Here we go. So from the Sacred Tree, we can head straight up here and warp to Taro's tree. Why the hell not? But now comes easily one of the most difficult boss fights in the entire game up to this point. A massive wall to a lot of players because he is relentless. Do not be ashamed because the corruption of Taro is challenging as all hell.
I'm going to help Taro now, but it's not safe for you here. Go with Mr. Rusu. I'll find you when Taro is free.
Be careful, Kana.
ladies and gentlemen, the showdown against corrupt Taro. And in my experience, taking care of this guy by being extremely aggressive early on has been usually my recipe for success. There we go, capitalizing on your extra strength there, and also being able to, nice, get off some really beautiful parries here. Get my rod hammer, and now, ooh, he's about to bury that into my skull. So he does have a weak point on his arm, and I would usually save that for the second phase. After he hits half of his health, this fight gets significantly more difficult, but because he has the lantern around his neck, we can definitely just get him nice and weakened and vulnerable, and it's a good time. So same thing here, get the parry lined up nice, and then he'll be just easy enough to maybe get in some extra shots. I'm gonna save my courage for right now because, oh god, he's hitting it. Okay, when that activates, he will run at you, and then a 3-hit combo, and then a jump. His jump is delayed, nice. But that will usually body you. This guy does a ton of health. If you get hit once, it will take you down to maybe 15% of your health. So go ahead and do that, and we're gonna save this rod action for emergencies. Oh my god. Because after a while, he'll start running around the perimeter, and the second he starts running at you, he's gonna try to grab you. So right now, we're gonna use it and stop him in his tracks. Yes! Oof, that looks so good. Okay, get in a couple of shots here, just whittle him down, be patient. His moves are a lot harder to parry now, so that's why I wanted to save my rot for this phase of the fight. But I think I can even get a second one. Oof. You can still parry, but I'm just gonna go ahead and get my courage by shooting one arrow at a time. Oh, and the jump. There we go. Yeah, that radius is pretty wide too, so you need a really nice jump. Nice. He's almost done. Jesus. All right. You know what? Let's take it safe. Taro, I am so sorry. We gotta put you down. Yes. Oh my god. I did not think I was gonna get that. But with that, ladies and gentlemen,
the sickness that took our parents was spreading through the village.
Spirits of the forest, walk with our people. Guide them on their journey to the mountain shrine.
Food was running low. Everyone was scared. I never felt so helpless. Saya wanted to stay, but I thought we could go to Rusu for help. I was sure he would know what to do. But something was not right in the woods. I had never seen Rusu so worried. He sent us back to the village, and I knew we were alone. I was all that Benny and Saya had left. I had to protect them. happened the next morning. The explosion from the mountain shrine covered the land in darkness. Oh no! No! Benny! Saya! Where are you? It lasted for days. I searched everywhere for them. I was their older brother. I was supposed to protect them. Even now, it's hard to forgive myself.
Taro, the children know how much you care for them. What happened in the village wasn't your fault. You will always be their older brother, and they still need you.
I'm sorry, Kena. We can't take you to the mountain shrine.
It's okay. You have to go now.
That, ladies and gentlemen, we have eased Taro of his suffering and brought life back to the forest. And can I just note for just a moment how absolutely tragic this entire scenario is? Not only did this mysterious disease wipe out a huge population of the village, but Taro blamed himself for the death of his kid brothers, when as it turns out, it wasn't his fault. There was a massive explosion from the mountain shrine, and he carried all of this guilt because everyone died. That is the moral of this story. Either that, somebody's out to get them, or Kana is just in for a lot of job security. But I don't know, man. I'm not sure if it's because I'm getting old or what, but that scene I felt was extremely touching, even though I know a lot of people have their qualms and issues about the characters and the narrative of this game, which personally, I don't mind. I don't think it's as bad as people say it is. Maybe not until later, but let's go and rescue Mr. Smush. Right, so before we end things off, we are going to do a slight bit of cleanup here in the forest because now that the corruption is gone from this initial area, we can explore and finish it off once and for all. Should we head off over here? There's a spot for a forest here, and we will find that soon. It's actually right across the way, but first, we're going to rescue all of the rot buddies. Very nice. Just love seeing their, like, non-compliant faces just staring off like, not a big deal. I do this for a living, you know? But this is going to be a pretty short cleanup for the most part. Not a lot to be found. I mean, I guess maybe 7 rot or something, but man. Also, I want to say that boss fight was insane. Granted, I did practice him quite a bit before recording, and oof. I am just really pleased that it turned out that way. A+ performance, he did exactly what we wanted. We were pretty lucky, to be honest. Now over here, we've got our shining gem that we're gonna go ahead and light up. Relatively simple to follow where we need to go. And the last one will spawn the forest here. So, yeah, there we go. Do it a little better, Mr. Cruz. And we will spawn our dear friend. Let's name you Terry. Why not? Or we could, yeah, we'll save that for the next one. I have a pretty good idea. One that works for a boy or girl. I guess Terry is kind of the same way. But I always thought it was short for Terrence, you know? What would it, Terabithia? Would that be the female version of that? Or Terra, you know? Like terraforming. But bring Terry all the way over here. Got another flower shrine. And we are close to our next upgrade. It's gonna take a minute before we get to level 4, so I might go ahead and indulge myself for just a spell and enjoy whatever it has waiting for me. Oop, hello. Feel some good vibrations on the controller. There we go. Knew you were around here somewhere, friend. How's it going? Hiding in a pot like that. Yeah, let's go indeed. By the time we're done with this, we should have 45, and I think I know exactly where that might be. Go ahead and eat some more fruits. There are a ton of this area. And we can go and lift this statue up. Give me some of that karma. Can't stand on that, though. That's sad. So there's a lovely pit of death. You don't want to fall in there, but we will be able to get across by way of flower tether. Lovely. And I'll go get this too. We have another trio of stones here, and I believe it's the middle one that we need to find, but if you want to get into a little scuffle, then feel free to. I just don't. I am all battled out for today, my friends. I'm sorry to say. No, none of you were wearing hats. That's alright. Hats alright. That is 45 of, I believe, the 45 we should have at this point. So now that we're over here, go ahead and tether on over, and this should get us our last hat of the area as well. I am hoping to be really excited and not disappointed that I missed something. But, yep, we're all looking good here, and we have a butterfly hat. Oh, that's cute. That's adorable. All right, let's go and make our way back across, and that is it. 100 out of 100. for the forest. Couldn't see it for the trees, but man, it was a good time. Once we head back into the village, we will go ahead and deliver all of the spirit mail, some of which we won't be able to do, and we'll take a look at the trials, but I think I'm gonna end up waiting on that front. I don't know that I necessarily want to show all of them because we unlocked our first set of trials after we obtained the bow, and the next set was just unlocked, and we'll eventually do them, but like I said, a lot of these challenges will really test your abilities, and we just might not have the right equipment for it just yet. There is still a lot of combat-based things that I want to improve before taking on some of those, but we'll talk about that next time. I just want to make sure this beefy recording does not fail. Thank you all so much for watching. My name's Allison, and I hope to see you here next time in Kena, Bridge of Spirits. Take care, everybody.